Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to video 15 in my series Think and Grow Rich. And this video is about chapter 14 in Napoleon Hill's book, which is one of the most fascinating chapters, as it talks about how you can unlock your sixth sense superpowers. And in this video, I'm going to share with you 9 ways that you can use in order to develop this amazing capability. I thought that this is going to be the grand finale of our series, that this is the last part of his book, but I actually have a surprise for you, which I'm going to share with you at the end of this video. So basically, the sixth sense is part of our subconscious mind, and this is the part that Napoleon Hill has referred to before as the creative imagination. It's a part of the subconscious mind that receives messages from external forces, and these messages appeared like a flash of knowledge. And sometimes these flashes of knowledge are referred to as intuition or inspiration or hunches or insights. People call it in different names. And Napoleon Hill continued to say that in order for you to understand and apply and make the most of your sixth sense, you first need to understand all the previous principles he shared in his book. So if you need to go back to the beginning of this series, go over all the principles that he shared in the previous chapters, understand them and apply them so you can understand and apply the sixth sense as well, as this is just an amazing superpower. So basically, the sixth sense is the medium of contact between our finite mind and the infinite intelligence. And therefore, it's a mixture of mental and spiritual thing. And through your sixth sense, you basically can get a warning of a danger that is coming your way. And you can also get notification of opportunities that arise. And so you can take the most of these opportunities. So you probably experienced the sixth sense. Maybe you didn't know that it is a sixth sense. You didn't know that you need to call it this way, but I'm sure you had some kind of experience with it, as I know that I had it before, and I didn't know this is how I should name it until I read this chapter in this book. And so I'll share with you a few of my experience of the sixth sense, and maybe that will help you realize that you have experienced that before. So one example that I want to share with you is regarding a girlfriend that I have. I haven't seen her for many years because she lives in a different country. And I was about to fly and meet her. And a couple of weeks before I flew over to meet her, I dreamt about her. And in my dream, I dreamt that she's pregnant with a baby girl. And then when I met her, I told her, you know what? I dreamt about you. I dreamt that you're pregnant and you have a baby girl. And she looked at me in amazement and she told me, how do you know? And it's funny because her husband kind of intervened and said, why couldn't you dream that we won the lottery? So this just appeared to me in my dream, and this was the reality. And it's quite amazing. I thought it just happened, I don't know, some coincidence. But there are more experience that I had like this one. Another time I dreamt during the night that I saw someone with school uniform like my son, like the school that my son is going to, riding a bike to school and riding on a roundabout, and then a car hit that child. And I woke up horrified and I thought to myself, is this my son? Did I see my son going to school and get hit by a car? And I got worried and I got a bit stressed. But you know what? I just dismissed it. I said, well, it's just a dream. Don't worry. It's just a dream that maybe reflect some of my worries as a mom, and I shouldn't take much notice on that. And I just went about my day. And then when my son came back from school that day, he told me that a child was riding his bike to school and got hit by a car. And I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that what I dreamt actually happened. Actually, it kind of freaked me out because I didn't know what's going on, whether I can predict the future. It was such a weird experience. And then there are these experiences that you probably had before, where you suddenly think about someone you haven't been in touch with for a while, And then suddenly they ring you or send you a message, and it's as if you had some kind of knowledge that they're going to contact you. And so all of these experiences are coming from a sixth sense. And sometimes we just don't know that this is where it's coming from and this is how we should name it. But definitely, it's true that our subconscious mind receives messages from sources other than our five physical senses, as we all experience that. And you know what? Science is also looking into it. Actually, science started to take interest in the sixth sense and try to understand where it's coming from and where it's located in the brain and what exactly is going on there. And they actually call it neuroception. There is a professor named Stephen Porges in the University of North Carolina that coined that term. And it refers to it as our ability to sense danger or safety in our environment without our conscious mind actually being aware of that. So it's kind of an intuitive radar that pick up signal from the environment and pick up knowledge that is outside of our five senses. And it's basically the neural foundation for the sixth sense. And it allows you to read between the lines, to get a sense of the atmosphere in the room and really tune in into other people as well, without really using your five senses. So it's a very valuable skill to develop our sixth sense if you want to better connect and understand others in a more intuitive level, and also receive these messages from external source. So neuroscientists actually found a part in the brain which is related to our intuitive processing. So they know where it is, and they're exploring it further to better understand this phenomena of the sixth sense. Now, you probably wonder how you can develop these amazing superpowers. So there are ways that you can do so, and I'm going to share with you now the 9 ways you can develop this amazing capability. So number 1, and this is very important to understand, is that you need to calm your mind, because when your mind is stressed and overwhelmed, it interferes with the ability of your sixth sense to receive messages from the infinite intelligence. So make sure you keep your mind calm and relaxed and ready to receive this information. You can meditate if you need, or find any other activities that help you to de-stress and calm your mind. Now, another thing, number 2, is that your sixth sense is enhanced with the hormone oxytocin, which is related to when we feel in love. It's kind of released in our body. So if you can increase the feeling of love within your body, if you can work on feeling more love and let it flow within your body, this will increase your ability to receive these messages from the infinite intelligence. And you're also going to feel much better. So it's like a win-win. Now, number 3 in this list is to stay curious and open-minded. Sometimes we come with prejudice and biases to conversation or information from sources which don't align with our belief system. For example, it might be that someone is sharing information with us, and that person has a different religion to our own, and so we are more judgmental and in disbelief to what they're saying. Or maybe it's someone on the other end of the political spectrum, and we don't believe them because we think differently in terms of political views. And so we kind of block ourselves from messages and information that come in from different directions. And so if you want to enhance your sixth sense, if you want to increase your capability, you need to defer your disbelief and judgment. Just be open-minded and be curious to all information, regardless of whether source where it's coming from, and whether it's coming from people with different values or different belief system, that's fine. Still remain open to different ideas. Now, number 4 on this list is to develop your creativity. So when you develop your creativity, when you're doing tasks which are related to your creative mind, you basically enhance your physical senses, but also tune into yourself. And one of the ways to increase our sixth sense is to be more tuned into ourselves and this is something that Napoleon Hill mentioned in this chapter, that you need to develop this sense from within. So you need to go inside of yourself, be more connected with who you are internally. Now, number 5 on this list is to develop your empathy. When we have more empathy towards others, we're in a better position to receive messages from others and also to pick up the signals and the signs from people around us as we are more tuned to the people around us. So that's very important. Number 6 on this list is to pay attention. Simply slow down. You know, we live in such a fast-paced world and we rush all the time. And when we rush, we don't pay attention to these signals, to this intuition, to this feeling that arise in our body. And so it's important to learn to slow down and pay attention to what's going on around us, and also how do we feel in the environment and what's happening within us. Number 7 is to tune into the energy and vibes that you receive. I don't know if you felt it before, but think about it. Has it ever happened to you that you met someone and you kind of felt the energy, the vibe that coming from this someone, and you kind of knew who this person is and their intention just from the energy that is coming out of them. And also, you probably experienced that before when you enter a room and you felt that energy, right? It's not something that you sense with your 5 physical senses. It's just you feel that energy within you and you understand what's going on in that environment. So try to pay more attention to that, to the energy that you feel, to the vibe that you get from your environment and from people that you meet, as this is all part of your 6th sense. So be more tuned to that. And number 8 on this list is to keep a dream journal. So as I mentioned to you before, for me, it happened a few times that I received these messages and knowledge during my sleep, in my dreams. And when we dream, actually, we receive signals and messages from the infinite intelligence. So try, when you get up, if you remember your dream, write them down, note them down, and kind of reread it and think about, what are the signals that I'm getting? What is the information that has been transferred to me through my dream? Because often it's going to be signal from the infinite intelligence. It's going to tell you something. So keep a journal and keep reading it and think about, what can it mean? What does it mean to you and your life? Okay, number 9, the last thing in this list, is to spend more time in nature. As when we spend time in nature, we better use all our physical senses. We heighten our 5 physical senses, and also we awaken our 6th sense. So spending time in nature actually is great for all of your senses, including the 6th sense. And it also calms yourself and calm your mind, which is something that we need to do if we want to increase our ability to receive messages from the infinite intelligence. So now you have 9 different ways that you can use in order to develop this amazing capability. And it's worthwhile, because the more your 6th sense is developed, the more you can create the life you desire and reach your goals. So it's worthwhile investing your time and energy in making that happen. And now to the surprise. So chapter 14 is actually the last chapter in Think and Grow Rich book, but there is another part after this chapter, which is about the fears that are holding us back. And Napoleon Hill talk in this chapter about, he gives instruction about what fears are holding us back, so naming them specifically, and also what we can do to overcome these fears so we can go forward and take the action that we need in order to create the life that we desire to have. So tune in to the next video, as I'm going to share with you in the next video exactly how you can do so. So this is it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.